Hello again, it's Miles here from Rhino Code Technology. Today I just wanted to give you an introduction for some of you out there that may not yet have experienced the benefits of this 2 megapixel Cyclops or pig nose security camera that we have. This is part of the VIP Vision IP surveillance range. It has a 2 megapixel image sensor, which means you have 1920 pixels wide by 1080 pixels high. So 2 megapixel, full HD. In terms of comparison to an analog camera from times past, it's basically 5 times the resolution of a D1 analog CCTV camera. So in terms of a general purpose camera, this is something you should certainly consider on a lot of your installations, particularly if you're just looking for a camera to capture probably people up to a range of maybe 10 meters away from the camera, because at that angle, at that range, you'll get good resolution and satisfactory performance from this model. It features a 50-meter infrared illuminator, but a lot of the times the reason people want to look at this particular camera is that it actually works down to 0.007 lux, so that's incredibly low light performance. And if you've got an area that maybe have some outdoor security light supplementing the infrared, you'll find that this camera can be set to stay in color mode. It actually won't switch to black and white at night, so then you get that better evidence perhaps of, this person was in brown jeans and a red jumper rather than just being a black and white infrared image. So if close range and color is certainly something you're looking for, then this may be the model of choice. It also features a inbuilt microphone, so that's something that, depending on the jurisdiction where you're installing, whether audio is allowed or not, or what the rules are, that's something that obviously each installer has to know in their local area. But sometimes the microphone and the camera can be very handy for people that want to perhaps just be monitoring things like machine equipment in a factory, where you can click on that camera and you can listen to hear if the machine's running satisfactorily or it's stopped perhaps. If it's overviewing pets at home, it may be just a case of, well, is this dog barking like my neighbour says it does? I can prove, one way or the other whether it is or isn't, things like that. It also has true wide dynamic range, so it's great for handling backlighting behind your subject. So if someone's walking through a doorway, there's a lot of sunlight behind them, instead of being cast in a shadow, if you turn on the wide dynamic range mode, then this camera will be able to actually make out that person's face. It features the H.265, the latest video compression codec, so you get potentially double the recording duration compared to the previous H.264 standard. You've also got an onboard SD card slot, so optionally you can put a micro SD card into this camera, and that's always good as a backup sometimes, particularly in high security installations where you may want to make sure that if anything happened to the recorder, or the recorder was stolen during an armed hold-up or something, that you would still have the recordings on the camera itself. So a nice feature, something you can value add to your installations. In terms of powering the camera, it's either via the 12-volt DC, PoE, which obviously most installers probably use now with the PoE ports either on the back of their NVR or through a PoE switch. But this model is also part of our ePoE range, which means extended PoE. So you can actually get up to 800 meters distance on a data cable when you're using this camera with either a VIP Vision ePoE compatible recorder or a VIP Vision ePoE switch. So ask your account manager about where it can be used for those long ranges, but it certainly makes life a lot easier and a lot cheaper on installations for long cabling runs. There's a whole suite of brackets that come with this camera. So there's back boxes, right angle brackets, ceiling mounts, too many for me to rattle off here, but certainly something you can check out on their website. In terms of software functionality, it has all the intelligent video search functions, including tripwire, missing object, abandoned object, face detection, and of course motion detection as well. It's IP67 rated, so it's perfect for going outside. It's full metal construction. And it also comes with our 4-year warranty. So please consider this camera. If I didn't mention before, with the 2 different lens models, you have the 2.8mm 104-degree wide-angle lens, and we also have it in a 3.6mm 87-degree fixed lens. So that should cover most of your general purpose wide-angle viewing applications. Hope that's been informative, and we look forward to you purchasing many of these for jobs now and ongoing. Thank you very much.